it's all just fair game. Be curious to
I'm not
do
sure.
a statistical journey. Maybe that's something Brian can look into.
Man,
But
that mic is not cooperating. It's like way
Have I moved it?
I don't know. Yeah, there you go.
there,
Now it's near your mouth.
Golden Richards. So I think we're ready to hop into the draft. Oh, here it is.
I was gonna say just I kind of jokingly was like, all right, peace, I'm out when the Lycan got given away, but honestly, man, that hero is ridiculous. Now, if anything can deal with it, Treant Protector's pretty damn good against Lycan. Living Armor, very strong. I know you guys had debate about this.
Did you watch last game?
Yeah,
or...
I think the hero's really good against Lycanthrope. Overgrowth,
agree.
very strong. Living Armor, quite strong against him. Not to say that it's like, oh, you got Tree, easy win, but I think he's one of the better heroes to deal with Lycanthrope. Ben doesn't really agree.
I kind of agree. I was pro the tree. I was trying to make a case for him.
have done this before to Lycan. This was kind of PPD's diabolical plan in past matches. So I guess let's see if they can make it work.
Maybe it is. Team Dog did not make it look good.
Yeah, it could have just come down to execution that game.
Yeah.
I mean, part of the bigger problem was not just the tree, but that Mirana Shadow Demon combo. If you're going to pick that, you just have to make it work. There's no excuse for some of those arrows that were missed. That was just purely mistimed and obvious they hadn't practiced that.
This is harsh. We've already skip the trial. Let's just go straight to the execution.
Well, Smoke played really well in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, still, I know it's one of the harder Mirana arrow combos to hit because they're in the Netherworld. It's not just like a magic missile and then nail the arrow. But I mean, come on, this is the Starladder playoffs.
The timing shouldn't be that hard to hit. It's more just if you haven't been practicing a lot lately, then you're just a tiny bit off. Maybe there's some delay that factors in, and also communication because sometimes the Mirana isn't ready to fire arrow when the Shadow Demon disrupts. And if it's a longer range arrow, you're too far away. It doesn't always hit. So
that's the only thing.
You can't pin it only on the Mirana. I didn't actually see the arrows that you're talking about, but
no, it's not just the Mirana's fault. Just in general, the duo as a team, you gotta.
Wow, Lycan Weaver. Oh, this is so greedy.
Very greedy. Lacking a good bit of lockdown here as well. That makes me a little bit nervous.
How do you feel about Visage being ignored, Ancient Apparition, Shadow Shaman, all these top tier supports that other teams are snapping up?
It's very strange.
The Ancient Apparition I can understand. He's a little bit more of a niche support. He's really good at turtling. He lacks crowd controls. The Rasta, a little bit of a niche support as well. Some teams like him more than others. The Visage, I absolutely don't understand. He is still a god tier support. The Familiars are still they're on Lycan level. They're on the Kale tier. Somebody start picking Visage, man. I don't know.
I think Visage is amazing.
Yeah, the Visage, I don't even think he's a niche pick. He's just a good pick.
Dazzle's been ignored a lot too.
Yeah. See, I would even put Dazzle in a little bit of a niche pick as well. We saw him in that one minus armor strat. Visage is, can you name a situation where Visage is the bad pick? Unless you already have two supports? I mean,
not really. He's really good in tri-lanes. He scales really well with items. He is good at killing people. He's decent at pushing. He can just do everything.
He's good in dual lanes.
Yeah, he's good in dual lanes.
The only thing he can't do that well is jungle. I guess he doesn't
he's
really
not,
solo
He's
mid
not
that
super
well.
easy to play, but you have to have a Visage player on your team. Come on. I guess that shouldn't. I mean, ease of execution is something that does come up time and time again. Lycan's also easy to execute, I feel like. For sure. You can run away very easily. You can kill people pretty easily. I mean, I guess scouting out is somewhat of a skill cap as well as being able to know when to split push and when not to split push. But overall, I think Lycan's a pretty easy hero considering how potent he is.
Well, nobody really picked the support in this first stage, and I mean, all supports Bane. Ancient Apparition, Bane, Rubik. We got to see our spell steal indicator, so K-Poptosis is happy now.
Yeah.
He's relaxing, but
production.
What other supports besides Visage? Anything? I guess Shadow Demon as kind of a setup for the Mirana.
I think
arrows?
Dazzle would be really good for Dog right now. Abaddon's okay too. Abaddon's pretty good versus Mirana.
Dazzle's been. I wouldn't say he's been trending because he's been pretty popular for weeks now. Especially some teams like him as a counter to Ancient Apparition. Some teams enjoy him just as a good with the minus armor strats.
I think EG are going to go Crystal Maiden here.
CM.
Yep.
Works well. Treant. Hero needs a decent amount of mana. Team Mirana needs quite a bit of mana. The R is good. You can also jungle with CM or Treant, so frees up your lanes a bit.
And what's Arteezy going to play?
PPD really likes. Now, that is a good question. Shadow Fiend is still an option. If he wanted to go the Dazzle route and EG wanted to do something a little bit less standard to the meta, they could do a Dazzle solo mid Arteezy, which we have seen before. They'll ban out the puck. So, I don't know. What else could Arteezy play this game that's in his repertoire of potent heroes?
Other heroes he commonly plays? Actually, I mean, he's played puck in the past, but PPD's I think, said publicly that he'll never draft Storm or Puck for Arteezy. I think that was mostly just subtly, like, jokingly flaming him / trolling, but...
Yeah, he made a joke about it when I was casting with him the other day as well. That I asked him who would win, Arteezy versus Arteezy. If it was Puck versus Storm Spirit of equal skill, who would win? And he said they would both lose because Arteezy doesn't play either of those heroes.
Whoever buys the most null talismans says K-pop. Tidehunter from EG. This is unexpected.
That'll make this guy right here happy. Muscleman Merlini.
Tidehunter's ownage.
Yep. He's pretty solid.
He's good and fat.
The only problem with Tide is he just needs farm. I hate it. I hate it when you see like a position 5 Tide.
Does he need farm? He just needs levels.
He
He's
needs,
level 6.
He needs levels. Well, okay, he needs levels most importantly, but I think he really needs a blink. I think he really shines when he's
He
in
does need a blink? I would say he's one of the initiator supports that doesn't actually need a blink. Like, Earthshaker without a blink, like, kill me now. But
Okay.
Tidehunter without a blink, he's like, you can get away without it.
I'll agree that Earthshaker needs a blink much more than Tidehunter, but he's a different hero.
He
with
probably
blink.
needs a blink this game. Like in max
Yeah.
move speed and wolf form, Weaver max move speed.
That's true.
I think they need... That's my one concern for EG is, like, where's their instant stun? I think it's just Blink Ravage. And you kind of need some reliable lockdown here versus...
Well,
it could be a
Overgrowth
blink for
isn't too
Treant
bad.
as well. Treant can go blink, he can jump in, Overgrowth.
True.
Very good lockdown for the Lycan, not so good for the Weaver.
Anchor Smash is really good, too, because Lycan and Weaver are very physical damage based, and 40% physical damage reduction is nothing.
All
This is
right.
nothing to scoff
This
at.
is a 0 stun draft. If there was ever a game to go Storm, this
Yep.
is the game.
But you
This
don't
is
have
it.
to versus EG. You don't even have to ban it out.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe EG just pull a curveball. They don't have to give it to Arteezy. Maybe it goes to Mason or something. I guess the Marana, the more likely hero for him here. But
Yeah, still an option though, and it's interesting that EG have some sort of a disable on every single one of their heroes, and Dog have literally 0 stuns right now. The best they can hope for is a basher on that Lycan. They need some lockdown, and wow, Evil Geniuses. This is game 3, and they are gonna switch it up. That's a Witch Doctor to go with your Tide.
oh, this looks like a Faceless Void final pick, maybe? Is that possible?
That would be ownage.
Certainly possible. That
That'd
would
be
be a
really good.
They
scary
need the lockdown.
setup.
Chrono's good versus Weaver. Witch Doctor plus Void. Look at it go.
Look at it go. Indeed, and Void's great against Lycan. That is
I mean, the only thing is then they're running triple melee. Their lanes might be a bit weak. They don't have much actual AoE to stop the push. Like, sure, they've got these big ultimates, but there's no, like, just clear the wave kind of abilities. So
they've got Starstorm. Yeah, Anchor Smash helps.
I don't think they'll
But-
put up a big enough fight until Roshan, though. Like, if Dog just gets Roshan, they can just tank the ultimates and just kind of roll over them. They're, like, so dependent on it that, I don't know. It's risky.
what would you go here for EG?
Faceless Voice, I mean, it's pretty good. I would have no problems with it, but
Where would they, like, how would they lane it? Would Arteezy go mid as Tide? I mean, what are the lanes going to be for EG?
if they think Lycan's going to go mid, they can go with Tide mid. Tide, I think, matches up pretty well. They could just do Tide off lane. That's pretty common. Marana mid, and then Witch Doctor, Train Protector supporting whomever they want to throw in the tri lane. I'm trying to think of what carry does win out versus a Lycan in a man fight.
I guess Lifestealer could.
Lifesteal has to
with
be
equal
really far.
farm.
Like, in the mid game, Lycan does so much more damage. But if it
Yeah.
goes late enough and he gets, like, Abyssal AC, maybe he can, but...
I mean, Ursa might be able to go blow for blow with him.
Ooh. Well, I just feel like they don't have enough lockdown, though.
Yeah.
They've got Ravage, Cask, Overgrowth, but, like, not just... It's like, it could... If they get a good Cask, it's a lot. Or a good Arrow,
Yeah.
but those are a bit unreliable.
I was just thinking more in the context of who could man fight Lycan. Ursa could potentially give
Oh,
him
yeah,
a run
he can
for his money.
definitely win the man fight versus, like...
Yeah,
Oh,
but
fourth
Or the,
pick Batrider.
the animal fight, I guess.
the animal fight, yeah, bear versus wolf.
That's a late Batrider pick. That's a value Batrider
Well,
pick.
Yeah, well, they needed some lockdown.
Storm. They
so-
actually banned the Storm. I do like that ban, though, because
Oh yeah, Mason plays it.
they
That's
just
true.
have lasso. Alk.
Whoa,
Arteezy Alk.
it's def 100% Alchemist mid.
Well, that is probably the best farming hero in the game, in theory.
Mhm.
If you get to Max Creevil's great. I mean, he's not going to.
I
early,
know
but-
that PPD is a fan of Alchemist mid. I asked him about that hero in particular. He said he's only good mid. Useless as a support, pretty much useless as a carry. It's all about
I
the
do
mid.
like the hero. They've got minus armor for Roche. It gives them a reliable stun for the lycanthrope. It'll follow him no matter what. Pretty tanky, so if Bat jumps him, he's not going to get instantly burst down if he's got some farm.
And they just have a lot of tools to lock down the Lycan and Weaver. I always say Weaver's good in a game where there aren't a lot of stuns on the other team. Every single one of these heroes has some way to stop Weaver in his trap.
They can just like BKB and crush him though. All they have is Overgrowth, but
yeah.
I mean they're doing
Where's
like a
the physical damage?
they're
That
doing
is
like
the
a
one
position
thing.
1 Potom, right? That's gonna be
Mhm.
weak.
Okay, that's true.
Team Dog got the physical deeps on lock. I think that's safe to say.
Yeah. So Sand King will be their final pick. Another stunner, a little bit of magic damage to help level things out.
Why do you think the Witch Doctor pick? Is that just... I mean, is there anything about Witch Doctor that we're missing this game? I guess cast can bounce between the wolves and the Lycan, but
That's about it.
it doesn't bounce to invis units, right? So if they
No.
fade, then
Maledict's like okay,
Yeah.
but it's not amazing.
I'm just wondering why they went Witch Doctor. Who else was in the pool? Shadow Demon was there. Was the other main one?
Mhm.
Purge pretty useless against Lycan and Weaver. Illusions are,
Interesting
yeah,
draft.
I'm not.
for-
I'm a
I'm
little.
not sure either.
I would love to just
EG.
like be inside the EG war room because I'm kind of wondering what's
Yeah.
the reasoning behind some of these picks.
Overgrowth, Death Ward, GG.
Yeah.
There
I
you go.
mean,
So it could be the Blink Bomb here.
He has
Yeah.
a support that does a lot of damage. If you can actually hit Maledicts and if you can channel Death Ward.
mhm.
And Zai, known for playing like more of an AUI 2000 style support, he'll normally get a decent amount of farm. I don't think they dedicate time to farm, but he just finds it no matter what.
Witch Doctor has a taunt? I didn't know that.
Can you play it?
Celebration of Death. I don't think so. I don't know how to play it, but I don't think I've seen it.
I'm checking out these sick cosmetics on this Witch Doctor. Zai is.
Does Titan have Squiddles? Yeah, he
Actually.
has Squiddles.
He's just got a cool mask. All the rest are commons.
Universe Tide Hunter.
This tie looks scary, man.
Like
My
Shark
immersion is
Tide.
broken. Some of these cosmetics we've been seeing today, it's like, what? That's in Dota?
Dude, look at the Tide headpiece. It's called.
I mean, hey, if people are buying it, bringing money towards the game, I'm
it's,
okay with it.
It's
but
literally called a bit of boat.
it's mythical too.
It's a mythical. It's just you got a bit.
I think that's been in the game for a while.
You get a bit of a boat on your head, dude. You know, just what you
Look at this.
call
They're
this?
the beefcakes. Is there any chance of like a level 1 Roche here?
They have minus armor, but not that much.
They also have tanks.
Yeah, they have tanks.
This would be a rough level 1 Roche. I
It'd be
think.
super rough.
Dog are not really anticipating.
And
it,
they
but
have
if
three-
do-
they have
oh,
three
they are
melee.
gonna smoke. Are they just going for the first blood? They might be thinking Dog will check for the level 1 Roche and just looking to catch them.
The
Wolf's
wolf
already
scouts
there.
it out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No surprises here.
They'll just go. We see it on the mini map. They'll just go straight down. Perhaps they'll be able to catch Smokealig. He'll move into the trees. He'll be safe for now. Nice positioning. Yeah, I don't think this smoke will be successful.
All right, introducing Team Dog. I don't think engagement's going to happen. We have Smokealig on the safe lane solo Bat Rider, Misery on the support Sand King. Once again, Fogged on the Venomancer, MSS on the off-lane Weaver, actually, and Pycat, I think, as the solo mid Lycan. They might be switching things up well.
Yep, very possible.
Oh.
And, ooh. Arrow connects onto Misery. Follow-up won't be there.
That's not a great position for EG, but
Yep.
to take a fight.
I like that though. That's like, if I want to hit you with an arrow, I will. That's a psychological arrow.
Yeah. So EG do put a ward down, though, right into the entryway of the Radiant Jungle. And they get another one down here on this side of the tree line opposite of the tower on the Radiant safe lane. On the diary, we've got Team Evil Geniuses. We're in Game 3 of this best-of-3 series. Our last match of the day, it'll be PPD playing on the Treant Protector. Here in the off lane, it will be Zai on the Witch Doctor. Looks like they'll be doing a little bit of aggressive tri-lane. And it will be Mason, their stand-in for Fear on the Priestess of the Moon. In the mid, it will be Arteezy, tagged up as 2001. Rumor had it that was the year he was born, but in fact, it is a Young Lean reference. He'll be solo mid on that Alchemist, and up top, it's Universe. He picked up that first spawning invisibility rune, and he'll be playing the Tide Hunter. Or top safe lane, yep.
Looks like there might be a smoke gank attempt mid, but Arteezy's at his tower now. Not the easiest kill. Who was it who said, so is that, oh, Sing Sing. He tweeted, so does that mean when I flame you it's child abuse?
Yep, that was 6.
Ba-boom. Oh boy, this could be first blood.
The RTZ pokes forward here, and the support's roaming around the backside. Burrow Strike, very short range at these early levels. Misery just trying to get in range. PPD on the high ground, hasn't skilled anything quite yet. Now Arteezy in big trouble. Out comes the Acid Spray, but I just don't think he can survive this. PPD did everything he could. That's one Leech Seed. And
Oh,
see
they
you
went
later,
for the deny on
Alchemist.
Zai. Didn't get it off though.
Yep, a good effort. Now, Misery, perhaps in some trouble. No, it's Zai that's in some trouble. A few more auto attacks ought to do it. He'll use the healing salve, but the pings come out. They want to finish him off. Beautiful path blocking from the tree. He's got such a big body. The wolf can't get through. Oh my God, look how meaty those legs are.
He's
Wow.
been doing squats, man. My goodness.
Seriously, look at this tree.
He's been on the demon workout plan. Sell your core in the house.
So first blood comes out in favor of Dog, but EG do a good job minimizing their losses, and Zai does survive.
Yeah. In the mid lane, Arteezy's already back, though, so it didn't actually cost him that much. He has not gotten the value point in Grievel's Greed just yet. Looks like it will just be a standard mass damage out.
Yeah. Now, Lycan did get the last hit for that first blood, so Pycat will get a big boost of gold to get things started, which could be scary for EG. But like you said, already Arteezy's back in lane, and he's racking up those last hits, 6 and 4 against the only 2 and 1 Lycan.
So what do you think about EG's, like, what should their goals be for the laning stage, Ben? Should they just be getting levels? Should they be looking to pressure certain heroes?
I think they need to try and delay Batrider's blink as long as possible and try and stymie Lycan's farm so that he can't do Roshan. That's the main goal. They don't really have to protect anyone in particular. Like, as long as either Alk or Potom gets decent amounts of farm, then they'll be in a pretty good position. But I don't really see both of them getting shut out.
Actually, all 3 of their cores are topping the farm chart. It's not a huge lead, but it's a decent one, so... Considering they gave up first blood, they're still in okay shape.
Yeah, they're doing just fine. One of the great things about Alchemist is that he recovers really well. No points in Grievel's Greed quite yet, but rest assured that hero will make some recovery, especially if Arteezy goes for that dreaded Hand of Midas, which
Venom's waiting for chicken, though.
he well may.
Oh, it's gonna be upgradable in like 3 seconds.
Does anyone have gold? Witch Doctor only 150. Treant Protector has 2. Oh, actually, how much does he have? He has 390. So
it's going to take the wrong path. Can Fog finish it off? One more auto attack. He'll get the courier that had the bottle on it as well. Oh no, this could be bad news bears for Arteezy in this mid lane.
If this was a pub game, pretty sure we all know what Arteezy would have just said in alt chat right now.
well, I think PBD should have upgraded it. I guess. I mean, it's a little bit post 3 minutes. Maybe he was saving up for boots or something like that. But he definitely had the gold to do so.
Yeah, he's got about 600 in savings. So not only does that stop bottle crowing for Alchemist for the next 3 minutes, but also it had his bottle, so he can't buy another one. At least when you have the bottle, you get those charges, you can grab runes and still get something. That's a huge cost sink right now for the Alchemist. And we see some pings coming out. Looks like Team Dog want to put some pressure on Arteezy.
These side lanes are going really well, though. That Mirana is 15 and 6, 1v1 against Batrider safely, and that is pretty impressive. Actually, 2v1.
Yeah.
They've switched.
Oh, they just lane swapped. Okay.
Yep.
Great performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Mirana topping the charts right now, and Weaver, he's doing well, keeping up blow for blow, just trailing by 1 last hit. But it's this off lane where Smuggling is struggling a little bit against Universe's Tidehunter. Tidehunter more than doubling, or just about exactly doubling his last hits. Pycat in the mid lane, he'll take a cask, and he is on top of that. Acid spray, there's the concoction. I think they can get this kill on Lycan.
Where's the bottle? Oh my god, he was so late in using the bottle. I think he could have ticked it up.
And
he has a
wasted
stout
the
shield
double
too.
damage.
Yeah, I mean, Witch Doctor 62, if he get a stout shield proc, like all he needed was like 1 or 2 bottle ticks to try and heal it up. Maybe he thought he was dead a little bit earlier, but nice kill from EG. They needed that badly.
Not only slows down the Lycan, but gets Alchemist a little boost there as well.
Arteezy's farming well, too. So I think EG's still in okay shape, but I feel like where they win or lose this game is not the lane so much as just the mid game.
Yeah.
Do they have some good team fights? Can they get off good initiations, or do they just get split pushed to death by Lycan and Weaver?
Yeah, they'll absolutely need a Blink Dagger on one of these key heroes, whether it's the Tide or it's the Treant. One of them is going to have that initiation tool, and I reckon it'll be the Tide. He's the one farming. Tree spending a lot more time in the jungle. And speaking of Tide up top, looks like they could try and set something up on the Smuggling. He's only level 5. There's an Anchor Smash. Leech Seed as well, but Universe standing in the fire. He might well fall right here. No, he'll survive. That Kraken Shell helping out a little bit. He'll port home, and Batrider does take a spill.
And the Magic Stick. I'm surprised he went 3 and sticking Napalm instead of going 1 for Flame Break, but all in all, nice play by Tidehunter, saving his Magic Stick charges and healing from the Leech Seed.
Yeah, he knew his limits right there. I have to admit, 17 HP. That was a little bit close for comfort, but he survived, so
bottom lane.
Oh, arrow connects onto Misery, and that'll be an easy kill for Mason.
That was, I think, blind. They don't have, oh, they do have a ward over here. Never mind. JK.
Yeah, that would be like some...
Yeah, I was like, huh?
He sees through walls, too? What?
Wow, that Mason sure is a good stand-in. X-ray vision, huh?
Yeah. They've been doing a good job of stacking the woods here, which will help the Batrider catch up a bit later on, but has that just been the Lycan, or have the supports been doing as well?
I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
Because in theory, you can with the Wolves before they go level 4 and go invis. I guess that's one of the few downsides.
Moonlight Shadow, they'll engage on MSS. That's a Ravage. Easy follow-up. Universe does pretty much all the damage there. Mason threw an arrow, but I don't even think it hit the Weaver. He died too darn quick. That was a good use of the Moonlight Shadow and Ravage right there.
Indeed it is. Tidehunter, pretty ownage. I mean, they can do so much burst to Weaver, though, before he can time-lapse. So they have plenty of stuns. So many stuns. 4 stuns.
Maybe my
even
hands
more.
Can't hold all these stuns.
Maybe even more with Witch Doctor casks.
Yeah.
How many does he do? It bounces 8 times. So 9 stuns plus 3. Oh my goodness. Too many.
Could be
So what you're
scary.
saying is Witch Doctor is like
OP.
8 times as good as Fen because he's got 8 stuns to 1.
Nine
Nine?
stuns.
There you
yeah,
go.
8 bounces.
Dude, a good cask does an absurd amount of damage. At level 4, it hits for 150 and can bounce 8 times. That's...
Hero damage is only 50 though.
Oh, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Hero damage 50. It's still a lot of damage.
It's
though.
good for it is good for jungling, just casting like a big creep camp.
Let me start the tooltip. Up top, Misery and PPD going at it, but Misery will just go ahead and get some do-do-do's going on, get a little bit of experience, maybe a last hit or two.
When I hear do, I don't always think Sandstorm.
I don't think Sandstorm either.
Well, you should, because that's what I think of.
Maybe I'm just
You guys are
bad
so
person.
immature.
Yeah. I think doo-doo. the other kind of doo.
I know Merlini thinks doo-doo because he says it every other game. They're in deep doo-doo. You're the only caster I know that references doo-doo on a
Fog
regular
does.
basis.
I picked it up from Fog.
Oh, okay.
Or Doo-Doo Brothers.
I have like the worst mental image in my head right now.
Jeez.
Oh boy.
Pycat taking some pretty hefty damage in the mid, but Fog, speak of the devil, he'll be on point. He's got himself a Venomous Gale, and that'll be enough to harass out RTZ. But yeah, Chemical Rage online, that'll regenerate him back up. And you know, boys, I have to admit, RTZ with no points in Grievel's Greed here at level 8, I'm a little bit surprised. Just based on how RTZ likes to farm, he likes to go greedy. I thought we'd at least see that value Grievel's Greed.
Well, he doesn't have to
or-
carry 4 new teammates.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm just
It's never
pointing it
stopped
out.
him on EG in the past.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, to be
This-
fair, when you go for Alk, if there are other heroes that just sit back and AFK farm. Like Alk's strength is just his mass burst damage, his ability to find pickoffs. Sure, he scales well in the late game, but you don't pick him just to AFK farm. That might have used to been the case, but with the changes to the ultimate, just how much burst damage he does, I will say I like this style of playing Alk better. Now, whether it suits RTZ and EG, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Batrider, 700 to his Blink Dagger. Looks like Universe has TV back on. Maybe they can set up another kill with the Moonlight Shadow into the Ravage. I don't see any Sentry Wards about. Weaver might be going for an early, not even early, a Midas, but he only has 600 HP.
It seems like they're expecting the Midas rush, because they just keep on heading with the Tide bottom to set up these kills.
yeah. It looks like he is gearing up for it, but I'm even hard-pressed to say a rush here at the 9-minute mark. Like Merlini said, he's not even...
It's
he's
an
just
attempted
halfway
rush.
to the recipe.
Looks like there's a move in the mid lane, perhaps.
Yeah, I think they want to try and gank Zai right here as the Sand King wraps around. They may have a simultaneous gank as they line up for the Weaver down bottom as well. Arteezy needs to be a little careful. He's trying to kill this big stack, and he is pretty low. It will be Zai that gets initiated on, though. That's a Burrow strike coming in. There was a kill on the Weaver down bottom while we were looking at mid. Zai taking heavy damage at Living Armor, buying him some time. They will get the deny off. Well played by Arteezy. That is one of the downsides to Venomancer. Once you have that poison on you, you are susceptible to denies. Arteezy, he doesn't have too many places to go right here, but Chemical Rage helping him out. It will expire. There's the Moonlight Shadow. TPD coming in as well. Maybe they can catch Misery. Concoction is charging. And there you go. That'll finish him off.
Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, looks like they're trying to kill off this Batrider. Universe diving ultra deep for the kill. He chased him from, like, the medium camp that's all the way on the right side of the map.
Yeah. That was huge for EG, though. They just traded
the
a
Blink
1
Dagger
for 3
delayed
across
as
the
well.
map. Yeah. So they slow down Weaver's Midas. They get a deny on the one hero that died, who was the Witch Doctor. Minor losses there, and yeah, you can see by the graph here, EG, or the team fight recap, EG grabbing a nice
1,500
edge.
gold up, it looks like, and about 2,300, 2,500 experience advantage. That is a big team fight win for them.
That's super scary. And RTZ's taking out this big stack. I think it was at least a triple stack. It might even be a quad stack. Universe is closing in on his Blink Dagger. He has 301 on Tidehunter. He is owning.
Tidehunter's ownage.
He is owning, man.
Is that Weaver still going Midas, by the way?
I hope not,
It
but
looks
probably.
like it. I mean, he doesn't have much more gold than he did just a few moments ago, just sitting on brown boots, gloves of haste. Like you mentioned that last in the cast earlier today, LD, when you get the gloves of haste first, he could always just give up and transition into power trades if he feels like he has
I
to.
mean, part of the problem is if he had the treads in some of the ganks that might be coming, or the one that he died, he might have lived. Like that extra HP can be
True.
time to time lapse. So, sure, he can go back into them, but it's like, well, the point is to live through those early games.
Damage has been done. He's already been
Yeah.
picked off, and I mean, Weaver he's pretty low. He is the best of the worst, or the worst of the best, depending on how you want to look at it. He's just ahead of the supports, but below everyone else.
Poor guy.
In net worth, I mean. Yeah, poor guy indeed.
Ben, how did Dog recover here? Down 7-2. They don't have their blink yet.
I don't know.
What is the gameplay?
I think, firstly, they need to get sentries to try and prevent ganks coming out from EG. Just because they've been doing a very good job of using Ravages, 4 kills, 2 Ravages, 2 kills, and I don't really think shutting down Arteezy is that important because he's very difficult to kill. They have to expend a lot of resources. They need to get the Blink Dagger on Batrider. They need to get some map control, get easy kills maybe on like the Potom, who's relatively high priority and pretty high on farm. And then they need to take down the T1 so they can Roshan. Roshan's a big point of contest, and they're just kind of falling behind everywhere.
Weaver gets soloed by the Mirana. Mason just does so much damage. He gets that second star, just showing off how squishy this Weaver is. That was nothing but a Star Storm and a couple of right clicks.
I think he's got to abandon this Midas.
Yeah.
This is just not, even if he gets it, he's already died twice. It might not end there.
He's died more than that. He's 0-3. It's thrice, LD.
Thrice.
So
Comes with free rice.
Sinking hasn't really been doing anything this game either, but I mean, what really can he do? He can't kill Alchemist, especially with his ultimate on. He just regens way too much HP, and RT's just farming up so many stacks up right now. He has that early medallion. I mean, at this point, EG can do Roshan, and they have the far worse Roshan lineup.
Yep. Now, Batrider very close to the blink. He'll have it with that creep kill, so that's huge for Smuggling. And Weaver, he did take heed to your advice, fellas. He abandoned the Midas, and there you go. Power Tread's coming out. Arteezy will grab a blink, same time as the Batrider as well, on this now level 11 Alchemist, who also has a Medallion of Courage. Blink Dagger is on the house. We've got one on Tidehunter as well.
Oh boy, this is bad news.
This is really bad. Like, if they initiate now and Tidehunter's there, they'll just get obliterated if they try and come in with the lasso. Like, they have nothing really to counter it. Maybe if Sand King had a Blink Dagger, but he's not that close.
Yeah,
so.
Arteezy stuns himself in the mid, looking to initiate, but had Chemical Rage on, so really not that big of a deal. You saw Fog come up there thinking about a Gale, but he did the math and said, what's this Gale really going to do? Oh, right, absolutely nothing through Chemical Rage. So he just backs up. Zai, on the other hand, he's in a bit of trouble. He'll just port out a nice heads-up play from the Witch Doctor, and he survives.
That light on stuns lineup, man.
Meanwhile, though, Mirana gets picked off in the top lane. Smogalig in a little bit of trouble. Universe did already burn the Ravage, and it looks like that's where it will end.
I mean, Ben, you were mentioning the draft, like, if Dog at BKBs, EG don't have much on that. Sure, they've got overgrowth, but just not much damage. But can they farm those right now? That's the real issue.
They don't have enough tempo right now. Like Batrider, he's gotten 1 kill. He's 0-2-1 right now. He finally got his Blink Dagger 14 minutes in. That's relatively slow. Sand King, he's not even level 7 yet, and he doesn't have Arcanes. He's probably going for a fast Blink Dagger, but it's going to be, I think, a little bit too late.
Fast.
So, yeah, fast. Well, kind of like Midas Rush.
Fast,
but
Midas Rush.
Air quotes.
the other heroes are just way too underfarmed. Everyone's underfarmed on Dog right now, except for Lycanthrope. But Lycan can't solo carry this. Or
And
can he?
they're so good at countering split push with these multiple Blink Daggers. Like, if he does try to just take towers, normally you run Lycan Weaver. Sure, you lose the laning stage maybe, but it doesn't matter because you can split push, you can farm everywhere. I don't think they can do that against this EG lineup. There's Moonlight Shadow Initiation, there's the Arrow, there's the Blink Alch Stun, there's potentially a Blink on Tree as the game goes on, and the Blink Ravage, so...
Speaking of Blink Tree, PPD will get initiated on down bottom. Smogalig does not have a lasso available. There's the overgrowth, but PPD's still in a little bit of trouble.
Did he miss his Flame Break?
No points in Nature's Guise. I think he'll be hard-pressed to survive this one. Moonlight Shadow comes out. Can he make it out of range of the Sentry? Oh, if he had kept going straight, he would have survived, but instead he turns. Does fall, but a little bit of space creation here. The Medallion being used in the Roche Pit. And great use of that Moonlight Shadow.
Oh, the bashes.
But they'll use the Moonlight Shadow to move into the pit and also try and keep the Treant alive. It looks like they might be able to do it. No, they will back out as Lycan Wolves come in. They don't want to overcommit here in a 5v4.
Alchemist is at full HP right now, though, and he has half his ultimate left, but looks like no one wants to go in. No lasso, no fight.
Fighting into that pit is just
There is a lasso,
so
actually.
risky for Dog right now.
Maybe they'll get a deny. No wolves.
So, there you go. Free Roche for EG. Aegis will go the way of Arteezy on that Alchemist. And he'll just port up top and go back to farming. Now level 11 has that first point in Greevil's Greed. Let the farm commence. Evil Genius is ahead by just about 4,000 gold, somewhere about 6,000 experience. They've got a nice little lead set up for themselves, even though it is only 8-4 in 16 minutes of gameplay.
Here they go with the smoke, but it will be spotted out by Reserve Reward. Looks like Mason will just waste a little bit of their time on bottom. A haste rune is there. Looks like Tidehunter's actually going to counter gank them. This is going to be disastrous. Reserve Reward just will not spot out Universe.
All right, here we go. Smogalig hops in. There's the lasso Tide. He's on the mark. He is ready, but there's the Sandstorm, or pardon me, the Epicenter coming from Misery. A lot of damage coming out from the Mirana. The arrow way off the mark, but the Starstorm does enough to take that Sand King to critical health. Mirana finishes him off with one more auto attack. Smogalig walks away with only a few hit points to spare, but most importantly, Mirana survives, and they turn it around. It's a 1-0 the other way.
Nice observer reward, though. I think if they had smoke back here, or if that reservoir reward weren't there, it would just been an easy kill. That's what they need to do, though. They need to get easy, free kills on heroes that will do a good amount of damage late game, and that is mostly the Mirana. Alchemist is still extremely difficult to kill, especially with Blink.
Yep. Right idea, but unfortunately, just right on top of the ward. A little bit unlucky there, but again, good ward placement.
So many Midas gamers who or people who want to go Midas. It looks like the Weaver's still probably going for one.
He's
Mirana.
still thinking about it.
Mirana, I guess, is going Maelstrom. Okay,
Yep,
straight
there you
Maelstrom.
So would it be a mistake now, you think, for Weaver to try to get an all-out recovery Midas at this point? He's got 1,100 gold, already has the Gloves of Haste. What do you think, Merlini?
I mean, he needs to be KB, but then again, he'll be in that position where he might live, but he still won't do any damage. So it's a lesser of two evils.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's in a bad place regardless. His farm is just non-existent, really.
Poopy.
Yeah, it's poopy. It's
Oh my god.
Oh, here they go. Smoke leg on the right side, looking for a last initiate. It's not up for 3 seconds, though.
And he'll hop in, looking to grab Zai, but it just goes a little too early. He takes a concoction. Out comes the Moonlight Shadow. There's the ward from Zai. They'll turn it around onto this Bat Rider. They will get a kill onto Arteezy. Oh, Bat Rider with 30 hit points to spare. Arteezy did have the Aegis. He'll come right back. Zai. Oh, wow. That Moonlight Shadow couldn't have been better. He'll fade and does survive. Sand King actually gets picked off by the Mirana in the Radiant jungle. And is this fight over? Fog could be in some trouble still. Tidehunter hops forward, finishes off the Bat Rider. And meanwhile, Fogged cornered in the trees. PPD pops the ultimate. And yeah, Fogged will fall. So that'll be a 3-for-0 across the map. Mirana doing some work by herself, though.
This Tidehunter pick is really working out.
Yeah.
He's ownage.
And the Radiance Courier gets picked off again. This is just a disaster for Dog.
Did it have anything on it?
I don't.
Not sure. I don't know where it got picked off at.
If you press your courier hotkey when you have the team selected.
What is my Courier hotkey?
Hannah Midas recipe.
Okay, had a Midas.
Uh,
Oh boy. This Weaver is just not having a good game, is he?
It's gonna be like a 22-minute minus at the earliest.
It's
Yeah,
almost
but-
comical at this point. He finally gets the Midas, and then the Courier dies.
Courier dies.
You know,
that's like one of those I'm just having a bad day.
Yeah. I shouldn't have queued up. Misery, he'll take himself take an unstable concoction to the face, but AG, they're just going to pressure this tier 2 tower. Their big ultimates are, well, a couple of them are up. The Ravage is still online. Overgrowth will be up in 15. So no reason to be afraid here. Even the Death Ward is up again. And, well, as I say that, they will back out.
Yeah, they have the Ravage, but no use in taking unnecessary risk. Looks like Sand King is closing in on that Blink Dagger, just 500 gold, but the pressure's not really on EG. They can even transition into a damage build on Alchemist. Looks like he will be going to AC next. Mirana doing very well in terms of farm, 4-1 on him. And Pycat still does not have that. Oh, listen.
Yeah, he gets caught by the lasso. Smuggling will pull him onto the high ground or not. He'll actually whiff it just a bit.
Doesn't even have to leap.
They
Mason
have
just
Ravage.
walks
Like,
away.
They can't take that fight.
Yeah. Tide is now 5-0-2, by the way. He is having a perfect game. Universe is just on fire.
He's a very solid offensive player.
Yeah, he sure is. He's more than solid.
Yeah. This is scary. What does
he's
Dog do
darn
right
good.
now?
He's darn good.
He's darn good. Gosh darn it. 10k gold, 12k experience. That is a good question. I will second it. What does Dog do, Merlini? You're the man with the answers. And don't say
know.
GG out. That's not an appropriate answer.
That seems like the appropriate answer.
That's loser talk.
That's loser talk, Merlini. Come on now.
They do have their Sand King Blink.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same thing as before. They just need to try and get EG into bad fights, but it's just so hard because Universe is in the right position at the right time.
Oh, speaking of Universe, there's a Ravage at the tier 2 mid. Smuggling and Fog in big trouble. Both of them will get dropped like they're hot. And now this tier 2 tower, well, might be in trouble or perhaps not. They'll just pour it out as they're reasonably low health. The Venomancer as well as the Bat Rider were the two to fall.
Yeah, maybe if they can take a fight without Universe, then they might win a fight. But if it's 5-on-5, EG will just dominate them.
Just free kills coming out around the map. There's a mech for Tidehunter here at the 21-minute mark. And Arteezy, he's darn close to that Assault Karas.
He still doesn't have his Midas. This poor Weaver. Oh my god. I don't mean to laugh at him, but this is just... It's 21 minutes. He's still working on getting the Midas recipe because of that damn courier death.
MSS is a mid player, I think.
Wait, that was his Midas, right?
I believe so, yes.
Did the courier
Wait,
courier's
where
still
is the
dead?
courier? Isn't there usually a timer that pops up?
Is it back?
It's still dead.
I
Oh,
don't
it's still
see
dead.
it.
Okay.
Do you have a timer for it?
No, I don't know why it
I
doesn't
thought
say
I had a
timer.
death timer, yeah.
Yeah, that's oh, there
just
it is.
respawned.
It's just about to respawn.
There it goes. It is indeed MSS's.
Oh, Arteezy, he'll get dusted. He'll get put inside the lasso. Will they have the damage to take him down? He gets the chemical rage off. There's the mech. Arteezy just not tanky enough. They will have enough to take him down. And, well, Dog get another kill on the board. Steps in the right direction here. Pycat the one to grab the kill. And how is Pycat's inventory looking? He's just working on his Necro Book. We'll have enough for Necro Book level 3 here. And, yep, just picks it up straight away.
I mean, that's what, like Ben said, that's what Dog needs. Ideally fight when either Tide's not there or Ravage is down, get the pick-offs. Arteezy didn't use his ult. I thought he had a second to ult, but I don't know if he would have lived.
So, wow, 22-minute Midas is 14 minutes later than the average for
Requisition
Weaver.
time. Good
That
word.
is
That's a good word.
nice vocabulary.
I feel like Brian's just showing off in multiple ways today.
But come on, this is Brian's day. This is Brian's big day out, LD.
We've let him out of the Harry Potter closet.
Or maybe it's his big day in. We haven't gone outside much today, but it's a big day nonetheless.
Well, Necro 3 finally up on Lycan. Maybe they can start taking towers down. They've taken absolutely 0 towers. Maybe they start backdooring at this point and try and draw EG around the map. It's not a bad choice.
And that's never a good sign when you have a Lycan and you can't get any tower kills. Fogged in the mid lane. He's in big trouble. They start off with a Gush. They'll be able to easily finish him off. Arteezy the one to grab that kill. Up top, looks like Misery could be lining something up. He'll be joined by the Bat Rider. Mason, are you in some trouble here? I think you may be. No, he'll leap just in time. Lasso not off cooldown for another few seconds. Epicenter comes out. Universe ready with the mech as well as the Ravage. Misery in big trouble. Smuggler's already dead. They'll turn it around. Universe, the man with the plan. He is in the right place at the right time.
He's way too strong at this point. Like, the Blink Ravage mech is just too strong for them to deal with. There's almost no recoverable way from that.
They're also up against Lycan, and they still have all 3 tier 1s.
Yeah.
At 22 minutes.
I mean, some of that is
24
Treant
minutes.
healing him up, using that living armor, but you're absolutely right. Lycan is... They're neutering him here.
Well, EG are crushing, I guess, to the
That
surprise of nobody after that fight.
Summary
They
of
won
that team fight.
Summary of that team fight, EG managed to somehow win, I think.
Smacking him
EG
around.
have big numbers, Dog have small numbers, so I guess that means EG won, guys.
Yeah. So what is Mirana working on here? She's got herself a Perseverance. Kind of curious. Silk Cross coming out for Arteezy. Maybe it could just be a Lincoln.
Midas has been used a second time.
Woo!
Happy
Yay.
Midas! Can EG just Roche now? I mean, I guess they want to wait for Ravage.
Oh yeah, they can easily
Should they
Roche.
just Roche?
If it's up. I don't think it's up. No.
Oh, it's still on cooldown for a little bit.
Mason did get a Lincoln. So okay. Nothing too crazy. Pretty standard. Yeah, Roche won't be up for another minute and 10 seconds or so.
How much longer is Ravage on cooldown?
60 seconds. So,
So I
it'll
guess
come
they're-
up right around the time Roche does.
They're looking at this like, we better do something now while Ravage is down because we are not winning the fight when Ravage is back up.
Yeah, it is definitely true. Well, it looks like they will force a T1 Necro 3 freshly acquired, requisitioned.
Acquiesce your request.
Quartermaster K-pop Tosis. That tree armor, man. Tower's at full health.
Yeah.
This is brutal. Tree the counter to Lycan. I
Wow.
guess. Question mark?
I mean, I honestly think the tree works pretty well against Lycan. It's not a one-to-one, like, pick Lycan, just get the tree and you'll win the game kind of hard counter, like a TA versus Puck, perhaps. But he has a lot of tools that make Lycan's life a little bit more difficult, as we're seeing in this game. I think Game 2, when Dog tried to do it, it was more of a matter of execution than the heroes on paper.
Yeah, counter's a strong word. I'm just messing with Ben here. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
The naysayer Merlini.
Universe, man. Universe is the hero
Universe
here.
is the counter to other teams.
Yes.
Universe has been playing some amazing Dota the past, like, really since they reformed their roster. He had always been really strong before then, but I feel like he has more of a chance to just showcase what he's capable of with the new team.
He's a really good space creator, and he's actually creating space for someone who can take advantage of it.
Now, a really big item's been picked up on Zai. That is an Ag Scepter. And on the Witch Doctor, that's a pretty darn big item. Death Ward is ridiculous. If he gets it off in a good position and gets all those bounces, it's absurd how much damage it can
Tower
do.
got denied.
Yep, and
Was
whoa,
that a
here we
ward deny? I think he denied it with the ward.
I think it was, but more importantly, Dog get their first tower kill of the game, boys. That's Pycat in the mid lane.
and they get a deny, man. They're right back in this.
Yeah, arrow onto Roche, though. EG will just move straight into the pit. And they've got all the tools they need to take a fight here in case Dog want to try and initiate. Moonlight Shadow's already been burned, but yeah, Dog will not be in a position to contest this.
This T2 might go down too.
Oh, the big bad wolf. Oh, overgrowth the creep wave to heal up the tower next.
Oh,
Oh,
PPD.
boy. PPD.
It saved it.
Yeah, it's worth it. He can just start healing it up now.
Yeah.
Well played.
Tree can repair anything. We need him around here to fix our sink, man.
I wanna go to the gym with Tree. I gotta get some of these workout tips, man. I want calves that look like that.
Thunder thighs.
Thunder thighs, thunder calves.
They have great utility. Who cares how they look?
Yeah, exactly. My thoughts exactly. So Universe, he's now level 16. Ravage is that much more potent, slightly longer stun, but more damage. He's got himself a plate mail, so looking for that Shiva's guard, I think. Smoke in the mid lane. Can they catch someone on the Radiant off guard? Maybe fogged. Definitely fogged. He'll take a cask, an arrow. Flame Break comes out, but yeah, won't be enough to keep the Venomancer alive.
They saved the gem though.
Ooh. Yeah, did he? Oh, he just scooped the gem. Look at that cheeky play right there.
Nice scoop.
Yeah. Loot and scoot right there.
I hate to admit it, but whenever I hear scoop, I think scoop and poop. Since we were on the doo-doo, since we're in the doo-doo discussion.
Misery.
Go set Brian here.
We got to get LD off litter box duty. It's going straight to his
Misery has
side.
lost a gem.
He's not even on litter box duty. Oh, no wonder Brian's so sensitive about poop then.
Here we go.
So, yeah, Tier 2 tower falls. They get the gem back. We just saw the Sand King die. And, well, Weaver gets his first item. It's a BKB, but what's he going to do? Smack him with a wet noodle? He's just got... He hits
He
for
can still
nothing.
get overgrowth too, so it's like, eh. And there's a lot of physical damage out now. And tons of minus armor.
So they'll trade a Tier 3 tower for the Tier 1 bottom. Weaver just gets...
Was that necessary? Oh
That was
my.
a punch in the mouth.
That was, hey guys, let's show Weaver how underfarmed he is. Let's drop everything on him before he can BKB. Fogg's going to walk in. He'll do a little bit of damage, but a lot of damage comes his way as well. Moonlight Shadow comes out. Fog may survive. An Epicenter from Misery doing a bit of damage here as well. Smoggle Lake doing what he
Look at
can.
it go!
There's the Death Ward, and yep, there's the GG. Well played. EG, they'll make quick work of Dog.
Wow.
5-23.
Games 2 and
Domination.
3 is how I expected the whole series to go. But
Yes.
Dog was really impressive game 1.
I really think EG just came into this series like, no competition, and that's why Dog got the better of him. So,
PPD,
so well.
shots fired. Thanks for killing our tour after DC. Maybe that's the only reason why they lost game 1.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn. Look at that.
Drama
Salty
is
D.
brewing.
Getting a
Salt
little
is in the
salty.
air.
The double. Woof, woof. Look at, see that?
Dota 2 Network currently offline. What is going on?
Perfect timing. So, well, a little bit of salt for a pretty intense series. Overall, impressions, thoughts, EG, favorites to just take home the first place. Only one team can move on to Starladder. So,
Well, I guess the first question is who's it going to be? It's Dog or Liquid? Do you think EG has like a better or a worse shot against either of those teams?
I'm not really sure. I didn't see Liquid play today.
you know, I really wanted to see EG play against Revenge because the dark horse, I thought they might be able to rattle EG with some of their picks, but we've already seen EG beat Liquid. We've already seen EG beat Dog. I think it's on those two teams, whoever it is that make it to the finals to deal with EG, to do something different, switch it up, catch EG off guard. But now we've got some data at our disposal. What's to stop EG from just doing this again?
Who would they rather face?
I don't think EG cares. I think they're actually
That's true.
they're actually at the point where they're a confident enough team. They've been winning enough that they think they can take anyone. Certainly anyone in like the North American scene.
But they dropped one series, they're out.
That's true. The confidence, the pride cometh before the fall, right?
Well, it seemed like that the game 1.
Yeah.
And the finals will be a best of 3, correct? No winner advantage.
Really?
Or
I believe so. It was
That's sketchy as
sketchy.
That's super
and
sketchy.
Best of 3 is a fine format.
yeah, I'm okay with.
I
tier
think,
three.
but they lose one BO3, they can still potentially not advance.
It is double elimination, so yeah.
Is it double elimination? Technically?
Is it technically? If they lose, maybe not.
Yeah, I feel like in a tournament
Yeah.
like this, there has to be some.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of a
either
winner bracket
best of
advantage.
5. I would say best of 5 is much better.
Best of 5 with 1 game advantage for the
Yeah.
winner. Is that what you would suggest?
I would suggest that, but I mean, if they lose, if they play so well the entire Starladder season and they lose one best of 3 and they don't even get to go to grand
Well,
finals.
the same
right?
criticism could be levied at TI3,
Yeah,
right? Grand
Well,
finals, no winner bracket.
but it's a
advantage.
best of 5. Best of 5 is much
Okay,
safer
so if it's
than best of
BO5,
3.
you're fine with no advantage.
I think so. Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
So here are your brackets, guys. EG, they're obviously in the best spot as we were just debating. Liquid versus Dog, that will be our first match coming up tomorrow. So this was day 2. We've got one more day of Starladder playoffs.
I actually think, even though Liquid looked really sloppy against Revenge, I was not overly impressed by either team. I think either Liquid or Dog could advance. I'd probably say Dog are slight favorites, but neither team has been like commanding or overly impressive.
Yeah.
Except game one. Game one, Dog. I mean, I'm still like Dog looked amazing against EG.
That's true.
Yeah. I think Dog should have a pretty good time against Liquid. Liquid have still been very hit or miss. Some games they look okay. Against EG in particular, it was all about that first pick. Today they picked on Revenge a little bit.
So how would you put the odds? Like 75-25, 60-40?
For EG versus whoever, or
no,
this
just
next
Liquid
game?
Dog and then EG versus
Liquid
whoever.
Dog.
I haven't seen Liquid, so I don't know.
I don't think it's that one, so I would say like 65-35, 60-40, somewhere around
Dog
there.
favor?
For Dog favor,
Okay.
yeah.
I can see that.
Okay.
And EG in the finals, whoever they're up against, I have to go a solid 75, I think, in favor of EG. They're looking too good.
I would not put my Socketed Immortals on the other two teams. Not to say they can't win, but it's not a good bet.
In the context of betting, yeah, I wouldn't say it's a good bet either.
Yeah. Unless you're like Sander and you just have some to throw away, then it's fine.
80-20, I'd probably go with underdog, but
Okay. Yeah.
70-30.
I just wouldn't bet at that
Yeah,
point.
just don't bet.
Yeah,
Don't bet.
Yeah, don't bet. So
Betting is bad, guys.
Don't
Yeah.
bet. That's what, you realize we're sponsored by a real money betting site, right?
Oh.
esportsventures.com.
Don't bet on other websites.
Yeah, only bet on our websites because they keep your money safe.
So
I didn't get the memo.
another
Anyways, go ahead.
this guy.
He hasn't gotten a lot of memos.
I know.
We need to get Ben a secretary.
Yeah.
Clearly, the RMP is not doing her job.
I need a post-it board.
In the first time when they first picked the tree, he's like, I'm like, so what should they? He's suggesting all these heroes. I'm just like, all right, that hero's banned. Oh, how about Darkseer? Banned. Just like, it's right here, dude. It's not a secret. This is.
They could have picked it instead. Some heroes were in the second ban phase, and Trent was first picked.
It's true.
Man, Ben's been put on blast
Macroscopically,
today.
I know.
Well, I mean, he deserves it a little bit. He's taking a nap. He was on vacation. You know, I don't know. Maybe you guys will dish it out after I get back from PAX and I'm all clueless. It's amazing how 3 days on vacay you come back and it's all this.
It's 4 days.
We've got all the 4 days.
Oh, I
whatever.
guess technically I cast on
whatever,
Thursday.
whatever you want to, but comes back, all these new overlays, all these shiny new stat screens. It doesn't even know what's going
It's
on.
intimidating.
It's too much.
Change is
Change is
difficult.
hard. So another good day of Dota, guys. We've got 1 day left of Starladder America playoffs. Only one team will advance, and only 2 best-of-3s to go.
We'll be Liquid, we'll be EG, or we'll be Dog. EG are waiting in the grand finals, guys. We'll take a break for now, but I guess we'll come back tomorrow for the final day of Starladder America Dota action. See you tomorrow.